moored up in Worcester. Well, we moored up yesterday, and today it's overcast, so we have just got this final panel to finish polishing. So we decided, even though it's my birthday, we would...
Happy birthday, Chris.
Yeah, Steve forgot this morning until I got all the pings on my phone. He said, your phone's pinging a lot. I said, I know why that is.
I hadn't forgotten a birthday, I'd forgotten that it was today.
Still, so we're finishing polishing the boat, and then we're going to go out into town, and we're going to go out for lunch today, and because it's quite a walk. And then what I'll do is I'll go and get a nice meal from Marks and Spencer's to have tonight.
We'll crack a bottle of our wine.
Yeah. So hopefully this is, both sides of the boat have now been cleaned and polished, all ready to start again, because we normally do it in the spring, and it's taken us since the spring to actually get this far. There we go.
Well, that's my fault, that's not...
Yeah, circumstances beyond our control.
It's that nice holiday I had in hospital, that's what did it.
No, so that's it for now. I'll most probably video something later.
Good morning everybody, welcome to Life on Board, Amy Jo, and for our viewers on the GoPro, good morning. We're currently moored up on some visitor moorings in Worcester, and we've been here 24 hours now, but to be fair, it's at least a mile and a half to walk into the city. So we've been in, we've had a quick look round. It's like any other city, it's a lovely city. But there you go. So what are we going to be doing today, Chris? What do you reckon?
Well, I think we'll go as far as Stourport.
Yeah.
We need to deal with the nasties on the boat.
Yeah, the pump out.
Yeah, so we do need to move today. We can't stay any longer.
Yeah, and unfortunately today, if we do make Stourport, today's going to be our last day on the rivers, which is a real shame, but we'll talk about that later. But for now, it's a cloudy day.
Yeah.
There's a feel of rain in the air. It's pretty cold. So we're going to get Amy Jo underway, and we'll talk to you later. On today's trip, we leave our Worcester moorings and we pass through past the locks that take you onto the Worcester and Birmingham Canal. We continue on down to Belvedere Lock, and then pass the locks that take you on to the Droitwich Canal, and then we continue up the River Severn through Halt Lock, and then end up at Hamstall Inn. So just off the starboard, or on our right hand side here, this is Diglis Canal Lock. There's two locks here. Locks you up into Worcester Basin, and then from there onwards you can pass through the Worcester and Birmingham Canal. This is Worcester Cathedral that dominates the skyline around the city. No matter where you are in the city, you can always see this cathedral tower. And the bells sound absolutely superb. Now just up there by that gate, on the right hand side, is a wall. That wall is full of plaques, and I'll show you in a minute, but it shows you how high the river can flood. Just found this wall with all these dates on it. It's obviously dates of the river level when it was in flood. And the worst year was March 20th, 1947. Wow. And that's a good 3 foot above me. Now we thought Stratford was bad for swans. Just look at this lot. This is Worcester Bridge, which was opened in 1781, replacing an earlier bridge. In 1841 it was widened by adding footpaths on either side, and nearly a century later it was realised that there was need to widen it still further to allow modern traffic to cross more easily. Mr. C.I. Walker was the city engineer in the 1930s and heavily involved in widening the bridge to enable it to cope with the increased motor traffic. He kept a record of this through photos and the programme of the celebration day. Just here you can clearly see where the bridge was widened, the older part of the bridge furthest away and the newest part closer to us. And this is the other set of visitor moorings in the town. Now we were told by somebody that the ones we were on were much better moorings, and I'm inclined to agree. There's a busy main road right alongside these moorings, and there's a railway bridge there, so I should imagine it could be quite noisy here. And of course you can't have a university city without its university rowing club. Now this is Worcester Rowing Club. It's quite a big club in this area. Got a rower on our right hand side. Well, that was a narrow escape. I had this rower creeping up on our stern, and I was turning into the bank to get out the main flow of the current and nearly run him over. It was only the fact that I happened to look back that I spotted he was there. These are long-term moorings in here, but that looks more like long-term homes. That looks absolutely fabulous. Had to have a bit of a change of clothing this morning. I had my fleece on, but it suddenly turned a lot colder, so I've had to dig out my winter coat, my Life on Board Amy Jo one, and to keep the wind out. The wind has picked up a little bit and it's now quite chilly, but as you can see the river's quite calm, thankfully, and we're still heading upstream, so all's well at the moment.
tucked away just by the house there is another lock, and that's the Droitwich Canal. There you go up. But of course the Droitwich Canal is still not fully complete yet, but there's still a fair length navigable. It's quite pretty there. This looks to be another of Telford's bridges. It's of the same design structure as the one at Worcester, and dead ahead is Halt Lock, which we'll be going through very shortly.
Gloucester? No!
If you make room for Gloucester, look to the other way.
We're now in Halt Lock, and that was quite an interesting entrance. As you can see, Amy Jo's nowhere near the wall at the moment, and that's because the lock leaks quite badly. So I had to motor in at 45 degrees into the lock so that Chris could actually reach the tie lines, and she had to be quick to get it tied off because the wash coming out of the gates was forcing Amy Jo over to the left. So she did a good job. She got in there very quick, and even the lock keeper commented on it. So we're okay now though. Now the water's coming in the lock, it's pushing us to the wall.
Ready?
Actually said that you can get a nice night at Narrowboating on the river. There's moorings and it all the way up to the Angel Pub. Another of the many caravan parks or trailer homes that abound the banks of the River Severn. Stourport Marina, which is on the river, and they can accommodate us for a pump out. So we're not actually going to go into Stourport today now. We're going to go into the marina and then we're going to come back out, and there's some moorings this side of the marina that we're going to try and get moored up on. Spend another night on the river because we do really prefer the river.
Sound horn when entering. Yeah, visitor berth, slipway, pump out and diesel turn right. This is a nice wide entrance.
Change to have a wide entrance, yeah.
Keep going straight on. It's the one but right at the end, isn't it?
The one on the right.
Yeah, to the left of the slipway.
Yeah, okay.
We've been into Stourport Marina and got our pump out, and we've decided to head back down through the lock that we came up earlier and stop at a pub mooring just down the river. And this is Lincoln Lock we're coming up to, and we're going to go up it this time, or down it, sorry, beg your pardon. And then half-hour cruise, there is a nice pub which we booked in for a meal for Chris's birthday. So that'll be nice for her. Lock's already set for us, the doors are open and the locky's waiting, so we're going to go straight in. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, folks. A slight change in plan.
We saw a pub.
We saw a pub, yeah. In fact, it's called the Hampstall Arms, and we needed the pump out, as we said at the beginning, so we went through Lincoln Lock.
Filled with water.
Filled with water there. Then we went in a marina and got the pump out, and that was interesting. A rickety jetty.
Just kept moving.
Unbelievable. But we managed there. And talk about tight, as you saw in the video there was thousands of pounds worth of gin palaces parked up in there. Sorry, cabin cruisers. And I was just worried that Amy Jo at 23 tonne was going to go crunch. But
she didn't.
She didn't, did she?
You were very good.
No. So, as I say, that's it for this one, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Life on Board Amy Jo. Bye.